Hey, good morning, everyone. Blessed Saturday to you. Hopefully, everyone is up and enjoying this weekend. Hopefully, you have good weather wherever you're at. It's sunny here, a little bit chilly, but I'll take the sun. As you can see, this is not the basement. This is the home office because it's Saturday. I get to start my workouts a little bit later in the day. I don't, so I'm not up as early hitting the downstairs basement gym. So this morning I'm actually just coming to you from the home office, and I just wanted to share something with you as we get into this weekend, and especially this special weekend with Easter tomorrow, and we just went through Good Friday. First, I'm very thankful to have been able to share the two videos that I've shared with you earlier this week. As I mentioned, I truly enjoy doing this. I love doing these videos. I love sharing my thoughts and hopefully in turn helping somebody in their walk, whatever that may be. But in the videos I talked about this time and in such a strange time that we're in right now. And I talked about the need for leaders to step up. I talked about how we're all leaders. Again, leadership is influence, and we all have people that we influence. We all have people that follow us. And remember, as leaders, we are the thermostat. We're the ones that are supposed to set the temperature. We're supposed to set up the right environment, because those who follow us, they're the thermometers. They're taking that temperature. They're seeing, how should I react in this certain situation based on what I see my leader doing, the person that I follow. And so, one of the things that I wanted to share with you today, and just a few thoughts from me on, what is it to set that right environment? What does that mean? How do you know? How do you approach setting an environment where people can have faith and can have hope and can be able to get through this situation that we're currently in? And for me, I point back to 10 characteristics of great leaders that I shared in a written blog a couple weeks ago. And there were 4 of them that really stuck out to me as characteristics that are truly needed, to be a great leader. And those 4 were integrity, communication, empathy, and courage. And so integrity, no doubt in this time that we're in right now, you have to be a person of integrity so that those who follow you know that the words that come out of your mouth, the things that you share with them are true. And they also know that you're not out for yourself, that the sacrifices that you're asking them to make, the sacrifices that we're all making, they're for a common goal, and it's not just about you. And this is where, being a person of integrity really is not about the words that you speak, it's the actions. And remember, people are always watching you. They're watching the actions that you take. So if you want to create this environment that those who follow you need at this point in time, one of the first things you have to make sure is that you're a person of integrity. Don't just talk the talk, but walk the walk. And make sure that what you're doing in this time, and in this moment in time, which is so strange for us, that you're doing it from a place of integrity, that you are, no kidding, being honest and upfront with those who follow you, and sharing with them the things that are needed at this time. And that flows right into communication. Communication is key because so many people are afraid. And a lot of times they're afraid because of a lack of information. So if you are a person where you're in a position that you have access to information that can help those who are following you, help your family members, help your coworkers to get through this time, you have to share that information. You have to have that open communication going back and forth. And remember, this is just, when we talk about communication, we're not just saying the talking part. There's a listening part as well. So you also have to have that open ear so that you understand what your people are going through, what your family members are going through. Understand how this is affecting your child by listening to them and understanding that this is different for them, that everybody is going to handle this situation differently. And so you have to have that open communication. You have to be able to share information when needed, and you also need to be able, more importantly, to open your ears and to listen and to understand the impact that this is having on those who follow you, whether it's your coworkers, your friends, family members, whoever that is that's in your circle of influence. You need to have that open ear for them. And that flows right into the empathy piece. Because as you have that open ear and you're listening to them, the one thing you can't do at this time is belittle any of the fears or concerns that they may have. You have to be able to put yourself in their shoes. It's time for you to walk in someone else's shoes. And that's where empathy comes in. Because at that point, it allows you to understand why, a certain thing that is happening at this time is impacting them the way it is. It may not impact you, and that's okay. But everyone is going to process this thing differently. Everybody is going to navigate the storm that we're in differently. And so if you're the leader, if you're the one setting the environment, if you're the one, setting the temperature, you need to be able to have that empathy to understand how this thing is affecting those who are in that circle of influence that you have. And then there's the courage piece. Courage during this time, you have to be a courageous leader, because we don't know where this thing is actually going. We don't know when it's ending. We're asking people, we're asking our family members, we're asking our coworkers, we're asking, again, those people who are in our circle of influence to, hey, follow us down this path that we don't know where this path will eventually lead. We don't know how far we have to travel. We don't know what bumps and turns there'll be in the path that we go on. But, we have the courage to move forward with the information and understanding that we have to say, this is the direction I believe we need to go. And I'm leading the way, and I'm doing it with integrity, and I'm communicating with you, and I'm empathetic because I know what you're going through. I'm walking in your shoes, but I'm asking you to go along with me, and we can get through this. Now, there's one piece that out of those four, there's one thing that I did not mention in the list that I think truly is the key in all of this, in order for you to set that environment and have all four of those things I just talked about. And that's faith. You have to have some type of solid foundation of faith to know yourself that, yes, we will get through this. That solid foundation of faith will keep you anchored even though times may get rough, even though you may not know what that final destination looks like, even if you don't know the bumps and turns and everything else that'll be happening in the road. You know that because of the faith that you have, because of the solid foundation that faith is built upon, you can have the courage to move forward. You can take that circle of influence, you can take those people who are following you, and you can help them to get through this storm. You can't do it if you don't have a solid foundation yourself. Because as soon as the storm gets a little rough, you'll start to waver. And at that point, they'll see that. And then that environment you're creating is now a chaotic environment. It's not the environment that they need to make it through this situation. So I just want to leave you with that. To me, there are four things that you really need to have as a leader at this time. Integrity, communication, empathy, and courage. And all of that will be built on a solid foundation of faith, where you know that no matter how bad this storm may seem right now, that we're going to get through it. So guys, I hope you have a great weekend. For those of you who do, celebrate it, I hope you have a great Easter Sunday tomorrow. And I just, ask you and encourage you to just, continue to lead those who are following you. Lead them in the right way. Make sure that you're building that environment, that you're setting the temperature that's needed so that we can all get through this and we can all be better on the other side of this. I love you guys. I enjoy sharing these moments with you. Look forward to the next time. God bless.